like just blow your socks off. I went on a date with a guy who cried on the date.
Hey, what did you do? What
I
did you
did
do?
not. I did not make him cry. But I'm no. What I'm trying to bring to your
Wait,
awareness
what
is
What made you
how.
cry?
made him
We
cry?
want to know if it's
Surely
your
you
fault.
have to tell us what
Nah,
made
man,
him
we want to know
cry.
if it's your fault. We know it's your fault for sure. Who are you attracting at this stage?
Hello, everyone. How you all doing?
Hello, guys. Do you like our new studio? Our old studio? That is our new studio for the
I
channel.
actually like where you guys are seated now. Interestingly, I feel like it's
Oh,
like you guys
okay.
have
Did you
captured
prefer it to
better.
the
Like
old
the
one?
camera. I don't know. The camera captures both of you better in this one. I don't know why.
Yeah. It's because we are closer now. Now we are one. Couples therapy has been working out.
Okay.
Bella looks like he's being held captive.
Well, it's bigger than me, so whatever I'm doing is working. I will
Do you know what this hand gesture means? Well, you should, and now you do, because this means I need help.
teach you guys
Bella
later.
blink. Bella blink twice if you need help. Okay.
It's blinking multiple. It's not gonna work. It's not right, baby. Let's go.
You
I will-
guys,
Isn't this
I
supposed to be
have
design
a.
your country or something? This.
I can't even remember. Do you know what? If I were in a situation where I
we
needed
are screwed if
help,
I did that. Like I promise you, we are screwed if I did. I don't know how to start a fire without a lighter or a match. If I ever get stuck in the jungle, it's over.
let's go
So
to the actual question I had in mind. Please, let's move away from this
They have
morbid
traumatized
discussion.
I just see. I
So-
want to see how far she will go.
No,
15 days,
but
I give her 15
the
days
truth,
at
the
max.
truth is this: what I will
She
say,
will get over it.
what I will say, based on just my very, very limited experiences, talk is cheap.
Guys,
Yes.
okay, you know what? Let's
Anyway,
move
let's
on to
go.
healthier,
Let's go back to
happier
what we're
things.
talking about.
It was Valentine's Day last week. What did you guys do for your girls?
What did you do
I
for
think
us?
first thing I would say is, why is the question always what did guys do to girls?
What did
Girls
yeah.
never do anything for guys, but that's
What did you do?
I'll answer
Yeah,
I'll answer your question.
You are
I'll
not
answer-
even going to sway me away from this question because I know you. You are the ones I know. I don't know your girls. So obviously I'm asking you what you
We
did.
can call them. Bella's girlfriend is around. Bella's
No,
girlfriend
no,
is around.
I-
We can call
no,
her.
no,
We can come and ask her what she did for
no,
you.
no, in general, I'm speaking in general. Like, there's always the expectation of what the guy is going to do, and if he doesn't do or he doesn't do enough, it's no one talks about.
Enough
guys
with
do.
this philosophy, Biola. What did you do for your
What did
girlfriend?
you do?
I said I will answer now. Okay, what did I do? I kept it simple. We went to a restaurant. And, yeah,
No flowers.
Oh,
no flowers. No flowers.
thank
You paid them.
Okay, that's what you feel. Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Aya,
what's
what
matter.
did you do? I'm pretty sure you sat at home and watched Arsenal.
Yes, I didn't watch Arsenal. I watched Love Is Blind. However, I don't like mixing it with the crowd, so I wasn't going to do anything on the particular day. So I prefer we did. So we went out on the weekend before, so the Saturday, and we did something nice. So we went out to watch a nice little movie that she selected, and then we took a walk around, and then something nice. I'm not going to go too much.
So you couldn't go out on the Wednesday because you wanted to watch Love Is Blind or because she had other things to do?
No, she was working, but also I don't like going out mixing it with the crowd. I prefer to do my stuff before. Like so, if it's a Valentine's Day, I prefer to do it before. I don't like if it's like any holiday that invites people outside. I like to remove myself from that.
He has people phobia.
I just don't like people. People are weird.
Are you sure it's people that is weird or it's you that is weird?
People are weird. Society is weird.
Anyway,
She
that's
can
what
laugh
she
when
wanted
she
to
likes.
ask.
People are weird. What did you
Let's
do?
move on to the topic. Oh, I went to a reception where I met world leading AI policy and ethics specialists. It was really fun.
Did you meet
Art
someone?
gallery.
Maybe she has
Wait,
spoken
did
that.
you meet someone or did someone meet you?
Maybe the AI is the guy.
I
She's unhappy.
met people. I just
No, 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 no. Okay. Is this you? Blink twice. Wait. Let me ask my question. Blink twice because you have a rule. You don't talk about things when they are still growing. She's not blinking. She blinked once, Sha.
It was like this. It was open her eyes. She started trying to open her eyes. And then she realized that she needed to water it again.
All right. Okay. Cool.
But it was
No,
fun. I had fun.
but what do you have to say about? Do you have anything to say about this whole perception?
What was?
No, it was
Before
an
we
art
ask the question,
gallery.
what can I ask this question? Can you give us a rendition of the best holiday Valentine's that you've experienced in a relationship? Obviously, you don't have to be in a relationship to do it. The guy might have just tried to
It's quite hard to choose.
Wow, there's a lot.
A lot of good
It's
ones.
not because there's a lot. It's not a lot. It's just like there are a few quality ones where I was like, okay, you did do
The
a
one
good
that
job
like
there.
really touched your soul.
But I
Best of-
think,
best of
And then
my
you guys
first
broke
mind.
up. Did they break up?
and for that reason, we shall now move on to the actual topic of the day. Let's
broke
talk
up still,
about
Yeah, we
fair
broke up still.
play.
I choose not to tell us, but we know the
This-
truth.
Well. This I'm
Well.
getting treated like Taylor Swift now. Let's move on.
Who's treating like this? I think it was it that
Okay,
has the
so
money to
I
handle
think
it.
fair play is just like our example, but we're basically talking about like relationship dynamics, power play, yeah.
Like
So,
what happens when what's the perception when your partner starts doing better than you? And I think it would be good to hear from you guys' perspective, because there's
Okay.
some research, just as an intro, I think there's some research that's been published that show that men, obviously we can't say that this is generally speaking, it only checked I think over 800 or 900 individuals in total,
From
but
where?
in different countries.
Okay.
Countries. So even in the Netherlands, the US, and the Netherlands is known for like gender parity. But what the results of the research showed is that men translate a woman's achievement as their own failure, even if they are not in the same field. So basically, if a man were to meet a woman who is doing well, she's not in his field, she's just doing well in her own thing, and he's not doing as well, he counts that as his own failure, even though they're not in direct competition. And it's just, I found that quite interesting because it explains a few things.
They should do the reverse of that though,
no, I think it will. Okay, so
because it depends also on like
No,
where
no.
they take it from.
no. Okay,
Generally,
so
I do think
what
it's-
this is, of course, speaking generally. I feel like men tend to feel not all men, but men tend to feel like if they are dominant in
See, it happened again.
What?
She's not getting it.
if men are dominant in an area that is seen as important to two parties, and usually this is money. It shouldn't be money, and I feel like money is the least. That's personally, but I'm just speaking generally. I feel like if they are not dominant in an area that is important to both parties, they are not enough. And I feel like it is also both ways too. For many women also, when the man is not dominant in an area she feels is important, it can affect the relationship. That's my take on it. Now, is that wrong in of itself? I don't actually think it is wrong. Where I will go off is, should money be that factor? No. That's my own thing.
I think where I disagree with you is that, is it wrong? Generally, yes. I do think that you cannot let somebody else's like success or lack thereof be a deciding factor in like. Okay, if that's what you're looking for.
No, you remember I said dominant, not so. I know, guys, I'm doing better.
I know, in my opinion.
If she's
that's-
doing okay, but I'm doing better.
in my opinion,
That's
let me rephrase. If you get into a relationship with somebody,
yeah.
and the reason why you're in a relationship with that person is because you like how they are in this particular field of their life.
Yeah.
Whether it that be in like their financial aspect or the power that they hold. Because not everybody that owns power is rich. Because power is power, as we've been taught on Game of Thrones. Money is not power. Power is just power.
Money is
Money is not power. It's close. Money gives
No,
you a
mon-
bit of power.
Money is
Let's
power.
move on.
Yes.
Let's
Power is
move
power.
on. Let's move on.
This is like
Power
a
is
getting
power.
extra.
Thank you.
But
Let's
yes,
just keep going.
but in my opinion, right, if the reason why you got with your partner has nothing to do with that particular field, and now they are lacking in that particular field, then that just means that you were dishonest with yourself.
Can you give an example?
The movie.
Okay.
The movie. There was nothing in the movie that is, and this has something to do with her. This has to do with him, right?
Okay.
There was the biggest reason, and it was stated very vividly, like biggest reason why he proposed to her was because she was beautiful. She was like, that's everything else was secondary to her beauty.
I I
I don't know.
watch
Did
the
you?
movie that way, but okay, let's
no, I
keep it moving.
Fair play,
No,
because
no.
that was the context of the.
no. Okay.
In the fair play,
at least. Okay. I'm not going to say you're wrong, but I will not say you're right.
No, it was emphasized in the beginning of the movie.
No, I felt like in the beginning of the movie, this is a great relationship.
No.
Like we understand each other where we are, and we are doing okay.
No,
it wasn't just
what did
because
you
she's
watch?
pretty.
I will back this up with evidence. First things first. The very first thing they showed her was the very first conversation they had was him talking about how beautiful she was when she was standing outside and how she should come in. And then the other guy walked in, some uncle of his or some family member, because they were at the wedding, and then he said, she's the most beautiful girl at the wedding, even more beautiful than the bride. Be patient. I'm getting somewhere.
I'm not saying anything.
Then they proceeded to, and then he just stared at her for like 1-2 minutes straight. And she was like, "Why you just yes? Like, I'm just going to stare at you because you are that beautiful, right?" Then they proceeded to go have sex in the toilet, which did not work out because she was on her period. She found out she was on her period. Like her period started then. He proposed to her, and the key word is like, "I might not be perfect, but we will work on everything else that is our issue." Like that was, I'm paraphrasing here, but that was one of the things he said during the proposal because she didn't immediately said yes. Then they got home, they proceeded to have sex, they had sex multiple times before the confirmation of her promotion. The minute her promotion was confirmed, they never showed sex again up to a particular period. I stopped after a while.
No, but still,
how
what you
does that
said
tie into what?
does not mean that the only thing that
I didn't
made him. That's what you said.
Sorry, I rephrased. Then what I meant was
You can say her beauty was part of it, but you said that's the only.
I rephrased. Then for me, her beauty was her beauty was what he found the most attractive about her, or that was what he valued the most about her, because he did not look at anything else about her. By looking at, I meant like he did not put enough attention into getting to know her well enough.
I don't think that's fair to say.
I'll be patient. I will tell you why. When rumors about, remember there were two guys after her promotion was confirmed and she was in the office now. Yeah. There were two guys having a conversation beside him about how she got the job. Yeah. And remember the first thing he thought about when she came in after she was appointed, but it wasn't confirmed to the general office, right? Was like, did this touch you? Right? Be patient. So now when those guys had the conversation, when those guys had the rumor about her, that was when he started looking at her and in the midst of other men in the office, like, and this got to the situation up to where I stopped, right? That he mentioned how she dressed. He mentioned when she was given a free reservation at the restaurant because of who gave the reservation.
Okay, can I say something?
Sure.
Can I come in also? Okay, Bella, you go first.
You speak.
No, I was going to say, so those are quite astute observations in the movie, and if people haven't watched it, they should watch it because it's one of my favorite movies. But
this is a spoiler already, so
it's a spoiler of half the movie. Not even half the movie.
No, we are going to spoil the movie.
Not even half.
So if you want to, if you've not watched it, pause, go and watch it, and come back. Continue then.
Yeah, but here's what I think. I think Ayo, you misinterpreted the relationship. I think what they were trying to show was that before this girl got this power, before she got promoted and over him, both of them were on level ground. And he could appreciate her for her beauty because she didn't have a one-up on him. When men at least I can use my experience. In my experience, when guys find that you have a one-up on them, they act differently and they see you differently. And that was what was being shown in the movie, in the sense that before she had that power, he saw her as feminine, beautiful. She's the best. She's amazing. She's the most beautiful girl in the room. The moment she had power, he saw her as someone who doesn't know how to dress. He started to doubt how she got that power. that had nothing to do with the fact that he didn't pay attention to her character. He knew
I
her
dis-
before. He knew she was ambitious. He knew he knew she was ambitious, but he thought that he would have more than her in that
can I
context. But it just
can
didn't
I say
work
something?
out.
Can I say something? And this is where I would dispute what you said, and not necessarily in terms of I don't disagree with what you said, because I feel like that's a part of it. But here's the most important aspect. Remember when Campbell offered her the job. Campbell is the boss, right? Remember how he listed some of the things about her, not only about her achievement at work, but also prior to work.
Yes.
This guy did not like if you. And here's the thing, right? It's one thing. I'm not saying.
Ayo, sorry to
Be
interrupt
patient,
you. I'm
be
sorry.
patient.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, let me
What
finish.
I want to say, no, what I want to say, maybe to change what you want to say. You do know that jealousy. You can know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jealousy comes in, and you don't. The person refuses to see all the previous thing they see before. All they're focused on is the jealousy, all the rage, all the doubt. So just because this new thing has come in doesn't mean that there were not old things.
Can
there
I say
before.
something?
That's what I
And
want to say.
and now we mention why.
Continue.
And I agree with you. Jealousy can blind people, right? I'm not disagreeing with that. If that was internally,
Because what I'm saying, wait,
Let me
listen,
finish.
because you didn't finish the movie. At the later end, he actually acknowledged you're good, you're this,
That was
you're
because
this.
he didn't, and that's why I didn't watch the movie, because I told you I didn't finish the movie, because I tell you it was going to be mutual self destruction at the end of the day. But let me say what I have to say, because you guys have interrupted me twice now. First things first, yeah, I agree with you in the sense that jealousy can blind you, and you can now see what you used to see. You can ignore it. If the issue he had with her was solely internal, I would agree with you guys. But it wasn't, because they specifically showed that scene of those two having a conversation. Like, it didn't. The minute she came back in, and it was like, he didn't touch me. He said congratulations. He gave her a hug. It wasn't. It was like it wasn't like he didn't believe her. He believed her in that moment, but it wasn't like it was like complete trust. But he believed her in that moment. The minute the people at our workplace, the two dudes at our workplace, were talking about how she got the position, he was looking at them. They literally showed his eyes shifted.
But you just
Be
said now
patient.
that he believed then. When see, the thing is this.
But let me finish, Bella. Let me
Okay,
finish.
finish.
Right? His mind shifted. Like, is essentially to now, like, he now started looking at her and every interaction he had with the other people in power differently. Like, yeah, when I watch a movie, I watch.
Chill, Ayo.
Also, let me
Ayo,
finish,
wait.
Bella, yeah.
I think you finished now.
No,
you
I'm
said
not.
you moved to another movie.
I'm not. No,
Okay,
I'm not.
finish.
So that's the first things first. It's like after the conversation that he used dropped on, the way he viewed her became very different. 1, 2. Remember what I said to you, ne? I'm not saying like you right. If you have been dating somebody to the point where you are proposing to them, you are pretty much aware of a little bit. You know a little bit about something about this person's ability in various aspects of their life. I'm not saying that you know everything about them, but you know like what they're capable of in various and she also wasn't fully aware of him. I will admit that, like, she didn't know how he got the job. She didn't know how many mistakes he has made previously. You get my point, right? So it wasn't like she was completely like aware of everything about him, but it was the extreme, like the way he doesn't value, or the way he didn't respect what do you call it, abilities, to the point now you now said at the end of the movie he admitted that at the end of the movie he had no choice. Would have seen it all played out. You get my point, right? You have seen it all
Can
played out.
I
In the
can
beginning
I
of the
come
movie,
in from a
somebody, and you do not even be able to see their capability
Ayo.
because you do not value them enough.
Okay, I think this is you're at this point now.
I've said my
not
piece.
interrupting
Now I'm
you.
done. I'm not
Let me-
interrupting.
you are making it seem like human beings are robots, and when there's superior information, if an inferior information comes in, it cannot blind. That, because he reacted this way, it means it was never there. That's what you're trying to say. That's what you're trying to say.
No, but sure.
can I come
So,
in from a woman's perspective?
Okay, please.
I
please
think
do.
Ayo, I hear you. What you've done is narrate what happened in the movie, but I think what you're missing is that just because you go home to your guy as a woman and you're like, oh, I've gotten this promotion that you also wanted. And he says, congratulations, did he touch you? No, he didn't touch me. Means that the guy was okay with it. He wasn't okay with it from the
I
start.
literally didn't say it
He
was.
wasn't. No, but you said that his reaction was made
He
worse.
said he took it, but when the other guy started talking, that's when
I said
That's when his
that
eyes were shifted.
he subdued his what
No,
was
no,
said
even
it-
in the Ayo, I'm telling you, as me, Demilade, that even in that moment, that guy was not okay with it. There
I
are many
agree.
people,
I agree with
there are
you.
many
I
guys,
disagree with
yeah, so it had nothing to do with the external thing. Like, it wasn't him just surprising, oh, except you're saying the external thing was like what tipped him over. Then that's a different
Yes,
story.
that's my point.
Okay.
Like if you already had if you already had value, I'm not saying that this wasn't originated. I didn't say this didn't have any origin in me. This my whole point is that prior to everything else, ignore everything else. Even when the relationship was great, before the promotion, he already had a view of her that had like he didn't. My point is before the promotion, before they even got engaged, right? He did
Okay.
not value everything as
what I will
The
what,
beauty
what,
was
no,
here.
what I will say is this. What I will say is this, and I agree with you on this one, is that no matter how good he felt she was,
Yeah.
he felt he was better than her.
significantly.
Yeah.
That's what you think.
That's the wrap up
But
of
he
it.
felt, so this is the thing. He felt like you're good, like you're great at what you do.
Yes.
But I am better than you. So even
Not
if
even
even
that.
if she's 15,
That is
I'm
one
20,
aspect. Not even that. That's one aspect.
Okay.
And yes, and my key point here is that he saw something about her that he loved. Okay? He did not see the other aspect of her at all. He did not see, like, even if he saw it, he suppressed it.
What's the
That's my
other
point.
aspect of her? What's the other
Just
aspect
how
you're referring to?
intelligent she was. Like, this has nothing to do with her ambition. This has nothing to do with her forget about the intelligence aspect
I
of
will
it.
not go as far as saying, and this one I will push it back on you. I don't think he did not see her as intelligent. He saw.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
No,
I didn't see.
I didn't say he didn't see her as intelligent. I said he did not see her as intelligent as that, like as somebody that could even hold this position over me.
Basically, it was a relative thing. She's intelligent, but she's not as intelligent as I am.
That's what it is.
But
That's
the,
what
whole
it was.
show, but the movie went as far as to show that she was more intelligent than him.
That's
Now,
why
Yes, that's the whole point.
and see, this is the thing. When you started this,
Yes.
you're basically saying what you said was he did not see her. Like
Yes.
like all he saw was intelligence. He didn't the beauty.
Yes.
He didn't think she was intelligent at all. And
not at all.
That's
Not
what
at
you
all.
first said.
Nobody is doing their job without
That's
being
what you
intelligent.
that's what you first said. That's when
Not
it was
at
it.
all. But it might have come out like that.
That was why there was a counter.
Yes.
And that no, he saw it. He just felt deep inside him
Yes.
that no matter how intelligent you are, if you are, let's say we are using, I don't know what score we are using.
15 and 5, 20.
If she's 15,
yes.
I'm 20.
Yes.
If she's 20, I'm 25.
Yes.
That's so when she got the job,
Yes.
it made him question everything about himself. Because now I think I'm 20, I think I'm 5 points above her.
Yes.
How did she get this job?
Yes.
And then because he's questioning
But that was
himself,
that.
and then he now listened. Now this is my, and then
Yeah.
he listened to the other guys, and I said,
Yeah.
"Oh, so that it means that I'm still better than her, but she just used another way
Yes.
to get the job, and that's what caused the resentment."
Okay. Now, I agree with what Bella said, but my whole point here is that he did not see every aspect of her. This has nothing to do. I don't care about
what aspect of
that
her?
was-
Ayo, wait. Ayo, wait.
Like, he fixated on one thing and didn't see every aspect of her. That
What?
was
Are you saying
No,
this-
what aspect of her did he not
Are you
see?
saying he didn't see it there, or are you saying that he felt it was better?
No, I mean, my
Sure.
point here is that he fixated on one aspect that he loved about her and ignored every other aspect of her. Like, he didn't. I'm not saying that.
Ayo,
Yes.
I think you're wrong because
Okay.
this is again, I'm just speaking from
Sorry,
personal
give me a sec.
experience. There is a lot of should I continue speaking?
No, please speak. Continue speaking.
Yeah,
You can hear me.
I think what people miss is that there's a lot of underestimation of what a woman can achieve in those kinds of relationships. I don't think it's a matter of he didn't see every aspect of her. He knew she was smart, she was intelligent, he knew everything he wanted to know about her. But what Bella is saying, and I agree with, is that he just did not think that she would get into that position. Even she did not think she would get into that position. And that is the story of many women who find out that they are with men who are threatened by their success. It's not that those men met them and they were like, oh, you're just so beautiful, I don't see anything else. The men know that the women they are with are intelligent. They know that these women are fireballs, they can make things happen. But they don't think that it will happen on a certain scale. Like they
Can I
think that they would always have the upper hand, because what I saw from that
rebuttal what you
relationship,
said?
wait,
Sorry,
what
can I
I saw
rebuttal
from
what
that relationship, can I finish? What I saw
Yes.
from that relationship was that both of them saw themselves as equals at the start. They were both equals, they were both working in this place, they both like, and for them to be doing that job, they both had a certain level of intelligence, which they acknowledged in each other. That was why their relationship seemed to work. If you're saying he didn't see a certain aspect of her, it would maybe be if you were referring to he didn't think that she would become like, the person would tell him to do things because she became his boss.
I
That I can agree
disagree.
with. Like he didn't
I feel like
foresee
we're
that
hitting that.
happening. Wait,
I actually
he
agree
didn't
with Jola
foresee
more on
that.
that topic. Like
Wait, he
she,
didn't foresee.
sorry, continue.
He didn't foresee her becoming his boss and being the person who would say, "Oh yeah, I need you to do this, do my research." He did not foresee that, but he
Then they are
knew
not
she was
equal.
intelligent.
Then they were not equal from the start because she foresee him being her boss. Because
But that's
you see,
because no, I, what you're missing is that it is expected for women to see men like that. Women are
yes,
expected to. If a man becomes more successful, his wife doesn't get angry. She
but
doesn't
he
grieve.
also
Well,
saw himself like that in comparison to her. Then that already tells you that they were not equal before. Like that's my whole point. Like, and also another thing is that if he saw every aspect of her, like you claim that he did, then he would have known that she was more intelligent than him. This that's my point. Like if you saw her for who she was,
Ayo, chill, chill.
I
Yes.
think you're missing
So
the
this is the
point.
thing.
Let's move on
This
from
is
it
the
and
thing.
move to
What
a
is
different
causing
thing.
the two is you saying he did not see. You are saying he did not see aspects at all. It's the at all that is the thing. That is what is causing the.
yes, I'm
He
saying that
saw, but he had a wrong estimation.
no. I'm saying that, and I still agree with her. I'm still taking to this point. Like, I'm not saying.
Are you when you say at all? Let me give you the feedback of when you say at all. What it means. It means you are saying
Did I use the word ignore?
Hmm?
Did I use the word ignore?
ignore at all. That means you didn't see it.
You can see something and ignore it. I said he was so fixated on her beauty. That was the thing that he was more focused on. That was the thing
Okay.
that was the most
get why,
attractive thing. No. This is very, very
Okay, I
important.
don't let this not. I don't want like guys. Let this not spiral into like a tiresome semantic debate because I think it would be
Yeah.
exhausting for anybody who's watching it to keep going back and forth on this. But I think what I really want us to talk about is why that perception exists. Why is it that when a woman is doing better than you or than a guy, because I know not all guys feel this way, why does that create problems? Because when men are doing better, I mean, for me, if I'm dating a guy who's doing better than me, it motivates me because I'm like, geez, I need to step up my game. Like, yeah, take care of me, pamper me, I'll be a baby girl, but I know that I also need to step up my game.
No, okay. So again, I'm not going to go as far as where is this coming from. I'll probably just speak on how it is. Um, Generally, women tend to want men who are higher. They are all going up, going to this. So that's why it's okay. And men are also used to being higher. So when now that things have changed and now we have more women in the workplace, more women are even going to school and getting their masters, and now men have not been raised to be okay to be the ones looking up. So now I've and it's mostly in the aspect of money and empower, at least maybe position wise.
I don't even agree with that, Biola. I don't even agree that it's just money. Do you know why? From my
Right.
experience, sometimes when I talk to people, even people who have more money than me, they just feel like the sense that you can challenge certain things, you can speak on certain things with a level of confidence is unsettling for them. It's not even you, they have more money. They have more
Um.
money, but they just don't, they feel uncomfortable by it. It's like they feel
Okay.
like they
Okay.
are not good enough. Like there's a sense of
I
insecurity.
would
They're
I
like,
would
oh,
agree
if
with
this
you on
girl can
that,
speak
but
about this.
what I will say is that individuals like that, there's a deep that it's not just this, there's a deeper issue. They want someone they can control. They are genuinely looking for a power dynamic where they are much stronger, where they say go and the person says how far. They're not looking for someone to say why should we go. So even if you have more money, more power, whatever than that person, as long as you question, because I'm sure I don't think they showed anything like that in Fair Play. But when everything was okay, she could question him and he won't have an issue with it. That was
Yeah.
not the issue.
That's
Her questioning him,
yeah.
it didn't like she could say stop, she could say no, and he will have what for me caused all this was there was a certain thing he had in his mind. I'm better than you in this, and then life basically just showed no. She's
She's
basically
actually
gotten the position
better.
you think you've gotten. Maybe she's better than
Yeah.
you, and it made him question himself. And then at some point, when he started hearing external forces, and I said, "Oh, I'm still better than you. You just got this because you cheated by sleeping around," and then it caused resentment. That's my take.
And he became a
For me,
motivational bro.
I think is just down to society roles, and I think this is where it now. This is the key factor. You grow up for people mostly our age and above. When you were growing up, you had one breadwinner, especially for people from two-parent background. Okay, so that's where it starts from. And now when you like she mentioned, I think we did the Valentine thing earlier, right? And she was like, "What did you do for your partners?" It came a point, right? It's down to also responsibilities in relationship. Those are the key fundamentals of it. Once your role in a relationship feels threatened, or once your role in a relationship is called into questioning, which it didn't necessarily called into questioning by your partner, it just be called into questioning by your place in society, and just it's quite interesting when people don't like. There are so many facets to it that it's not just about feeling threatened by. I don't even think it's feeling threatened by your partner in itself, which could also
I
be
agree
it.
with you. Sorry, I'm interrupting. I think people attach their importance to relationships to the roles they perform. So, for example, I'm the breadwinner, I'm the one who brings in money. If she's now bringing in more money, right, that role has switched. And let's say, for example, it now makes more sense for you to be home, the guy to be home, and the girl to be bringing in the money because she's the one bringing the money. That means there's a switch in roles. And he feels his importance in this relationship is not it's because of that role. So a change in my role means I'm no more important. Rather than even if I change my role, the point is this relationship needs that role to be fulfilled, and I'm still important. So I think
Can
that
I?
yeah, I agree with you.
I would also say one other thing, right? Even though there is a switch in like I would say like let's use the idea of income.
Yeah.
Now she makes more money than you, right?
Yeah.
But even if the woman still expects in certain relationship, I'm not gonna go for all, they still expect the same level of financial support that the guy provides. My money is my money.
Yeah,
Your money is our money.
That happens. That happens.
And
Now that's not on him, in my opinion.
yes, but that now also affects the dynamic of the relationship. Because if you are making more money than me and your money is your money, why do I still have to spend more money? How come you can now provide as much support as I used to do back in the days? So it's
Yeah.
not only it's not one size.
It's not one-sided. It's not,
And that is just my
Yeah.
opinion on it. There's so many
That's a
dynamics.
selfishness.
Also now, also family and
because
going
in that
back-
situation, right, this situation you just talked about, she's now bringing more income, but the roles have switched. But she also is refusing to switch her role.
Yes.
Where I'm not the one bringing in more money.
Yes.
So maybe I should also be bringing in more money.
But that's not how she. But that's not how she
But
wants
that's
to be treated.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So she's refusing to accept
And
her
in
new
that,
role.
and not even that, and in that, and every now is hypersensitive about his position. You get my point, right? So for everything that they argue about, you will notice that all of the arguments will start with they will be arguing about the little things. Okay, everything will be about the little things, and it will start, and the root is the same. Whenever you mention something about maybe needing help here or wanting to do something with his money, and she refuses, he starts feeling resentment towards her.
Yeah.
You get my point, right? And it's all down to communication and
I was
discretion.
about, I was about to say the bedrock of relationship for me
Yes.
is communication. Like
Yes.
once, because it's even this even fair play.
Yes.
It's a simple. I heard this about you. Like you can have your doubts. Doubts can come in.
Yes.
We're all human beings.
Yes.
I heard this about you.
Yes.
What happened?
And-
And then she says,
And you know the beauty of it, right? In the beginning, like I said, I didn't finish the movie in the beginning, right? She would have been receptive to answering that question for him if he had brought it up.
Yeah.
Even though she has already answered it before.
yeah,
That night she already answered it. If he had brought it up again,
she would probably.
she would have entertained it initially. Not if he had brought it up constantly.
No,
But
not constantly.
Again,
Constantly,
immediately after he heard
there's a
it, right?
problem also.
He would, and guess what? She was worried
I-
instantly.
I
She knew.
don't
Sorry.
think I
Yeah, I agree.
100% agree with all of this, because if someone is challenging me on the basis of my achievement and accusing me of doing something, I would not answer the question. I don't care who you are or why you're
You?
asking me.
Oh,
Because
okay,
if
question.
if for example, if tomorrow, let's say for example, I was married to somebody, we're doing great with whatever, and tomorrow I become CEO, and that's the day he decides to ask me, did you sleep with somebody or did you do this with somebody? I will not answer the question because I know why you're asking me. You're already looking down on my achievement. You're assuming I didn't do it myself. That's a problem for me.
Okay.
And that
Mhm.
already is insecurity that has built itself into the relationship because it doesn't
What I
end
will
there.
say,
Yeah,
what I
that's
what
very
what I
different.
will what I will say, what I will say is this. I hear you, but I think how it is okay. I want to just give. I personally try to give room to my people. I feel like it's a strong
people. Who are your people?
like people are dating where
Oh.
you can ask even if you are insecure about something. You can ask.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if it was asked in a I already know the answer to this, I'm asking you because I know I can understand you being angry. But if it is
You can
genuinely asked, like,
ask.
look, I'm hearing this from people. I'm hearing this. Please, I want reassurance from you.
Let me tell you how you can
I'm
ask
saying
me.
that-
Let me tell you how you can ask me that kind of question. Here's how you can ask me, babe. Since you got promoted, some of the guys at the office have been saying that you had something to do with so and so, and I know that that's not true. Like, really, nothing happened between both of you, right? And then I would say, of course not. Nothing happened. That's a way to ask that question. But if you come and you're like, I'm telling you as a woman, you a man are telling me no. Okay.
No.
I'm telling you how you can ask me, but you're telling me as a man that that's the wrong way.
I will
Okay,
say
go on.
something. It's not about wrong or anything. I will say something. Let us be honest with each other, right? You know where that question is coming from. There's no person in the office telling
Yes.
if
No.
he's like, I don't believe it, and he's still asking, you know where that question is coming from. That's just my thing. I'm not saying that I'm not disagreeing with
No,
you.
Ayo, don't get me wrong. Ayo, don't get me wrong. It's not that I would not know where the question is coming from, but I would appreciate the way it has been posed to me, which is number one, he doesn't believe it. And number two, this is something people are saying, and he's just telling me. Because notice I didn't make it a question. I said, babe, people are saying this about you since you got promoted, and I know it's not true. And then I'm like, what the fuck? It's not true. That's not, you haven't asked me anything, but I've confirmed what you need. But if you come to me and you're like, so did you sleep with X and X? I'm sorry, I'm not answering. I'm also walking away. Excuse me. Did you? So if you
is
go
that
out to meet your boss, no, if you go out to meet your boss at night and you get promoted the next morning, should I also assume that he slept with you? Because your boss could be gay.
It's 2 a.m. Something happened.
So I can also make that assumption then that you're sleeping with other men and I should leave.
Okay. What I will say.
Something is weird. Let us be realistic.
No, what
It's not weird. No, Ayo, for that sector, it's actually not weird because investment bankers work ridiculous hours,
and
especially in the US.
especially because they are doing
So it's not
multiple, what they call them again, stock exchanges. Some in Asia, and Asia.
Yeah,
is
exactly.
in
It's not weird at all. It's not weird.
First things first. If you called everybody in, sure, it's not weird. If you called you
No.
at 2 a.m., it's a bit weird. Especially when you're married and stuff. For the guy.
No. Why? This is wait. Whoa. Why is it a problem if you're unmarried? So if he calls you in and you're married, that means you're automatically faithful? No.
No,
No, it doesn't.
It's just that when you're married, right? First things
What
first.
happens?
She's very.
No, you're
Then
you're
no,
triggering us.
You're on thin ice. So when you're unmarried, what happens compared to when you're married? Your vagina, you can leave it at home.
Be patient. I will get there. Okay. And I don't have a vagina. First things first. They've shown that they've tried to communicate they've tried to communicate nothing about their relationship. So as far as everybody in that office is concerned, she's single. Okay.
Yeah.
You get like she dropped the ring. Like you get my point.
No.
So that's one.
They both agreed. They're not even
Yes.
allowed. So
Yes. Firstly, and if you are married, regardless of who you are, there is a certain level of restriction. Okay, I'm not saying that married people don't cheat. Nobody said married people don't cheat here, but there is a a greater chance of you shooting your shot as a single woman than as a married woman.
No, that's not true. Actually, that's not true because when you're the president of a bank, Ayo, you are wrong. Ayo, you are loud and wrong.
This is what
Okay,
this is what I would say.
It's fine.
See, Ayo, I have hung out with. I'm not married, right? So maybe you can say I'm not allowed to talk to this, but I've hung out with married men.
Yes.
This not once, not like many times.
Yes.
See, this man the ring is here.
Yes.
The girl is like, but I know your wife is like, I'm talking to you.
Yes.
It hasn't and it's like it hasn't changed.
I wasn't coming from the perspective of the guy. I said it's more likely and people are not.
And I know married women too who do.
I literally say people don't. I literally say married people cheat. I didn't say that
so then
cheat.
what is your?
I'm saying that if
what's your point?
From my perspective, I'm approaching somebody. If I see a ring, I will be more conscious.
Ayo, that's you.
It does not. It does not. See, the person that see. It's okay. Let me. Okay, this is what
living in a society.
This is what I would say for you. There are some people it will, and there are some people it does not matter at all.
Biola, you take 100 guys.
Yes.
You put on and you put 10 women in front of them.
Yeah.
Right. Some have rings, some don't have rings. Who are they shooting their shot at first?
The women with no
rings.
This is. But see if now. See now. Okay, you want to add another dynamics to this. No offense to people, you put you said 10 women, right? Or,
yes.
I mean 10 women.
Equal attractiveness.
That's what I want to change now. 9. You see 9 of them.
Women, there's no women are more attractive.
No. You intentionally take 9 single girls who are not the most attractive.
Now you are changing the ballpark. You are going by averages.
Ayo, the point is this: men, if they see what they like. Some men don't care whether you are wearing a wedding ring or not.
I didn't say some men care. I said on average because she was asking me.
I know. You've skated on thin ice and you're falling through because that's absolutely ridiculous. The idea that if you're a single woman and your boss were to call you out to a meeting, you have a higher chance of cheating is absolutely
no. My point is that your boss is likely to call you at 2 a.m.
No, it has nothing to do with that.
The boss wants to sleep with the person. She's single, she's married, he does not care. Okay. He will propose it. Okay. It's not enough for you to say this.
Okay.
Can I even say that as the president of a bank, you are better off dating a married woman as your side chick. Do you know why? Because she's not going to go out and talk about it because she has stuff to lose too. She's not going to talk about it. Rather than picking a single girl who is in her 30s and still has
to give you to marry her.
Okay. Exactly. Like, excuse me.
Honestly, no, like please. It doesn't. I don't feel like it is much of a factor as you think it is. That's my point.
No problem.
It's not a factor at all. It is not a factor. And him asking her that question after she got promoted, the way he did, and he's unraveling afterwards was just weird. Period. He didn't have to ask her that. Did you sleep with him? That means that first of all diminishes her accomplishment. And I'll tell you, I have an example of this happening to me, but not in the exact same way. So I know somebody like where we were like, talking to each other and everything. And I started job hunting because I was tired of my job. And I was like, I want to change jobs. He was also job hunting, trying to cross into a new sector. And I got my job. I applied, I got my job. I did I think 5 interviews or something, and I got my job. He didn't get his. And then we were having a conversation one day, and I was basically trying to share some of the things that I had learned from friends who were in his sector, like the sector he was trying to get into. I was trying to
Okay.
share some things that told me to be like, oh yeah, my friend said this, my friend said that, blah blah blah. He got annoyed with me and started to tell me the only reason. Well, he didn't say it that way in particular, but it was just like, you discount the privilege you have, and I'm like, please, pray tell, what is my privilege that I have? Because privilege is suggesting that I didn't work for this thing that I've got, right? That I got it
Not, not,
through
not
some
necessarily.
unfair advantage.
Not
That's what
okay.
he was assuming.
I'm playing devil's advocate, and there's no need for that.
Please don't play devil's because I will go mad on this
I
thing.
know, I know.
Like,
But no,
he was like, he
yeah.
was like, oh, you went to Stellenbosch and then you went to Cambridge and then you did this and you did that. And I'm like, listen, yes, those things now count as advantages in court, but they took a lot out of me. You can't make people feel bad for things they worked hard for, which is basically what this
Okay.
guy was doing to his girlfriend.
What I will say, this is slightly devil's advocate, but just listen. Is I think you giving him tips, right, made him feel like I'm not saying this is right or wrong. I think I'm just giving an insight. I may be wrong. I may be wrong about this, but like it made him feel like, do you think I've not tried this? And then he then switched to, just because it worked out for you doesn't mean I'm not trying. And then he just attacked. I'm not
That's
saying it is right.
possible.
I'm not saying
But
it is
he
wrong.
but he
But
had asked me to ask my friends for those tips.
yeah, oh, he asked you to ask. Okay, then I'll take it all back. If he asked you to ask your friends for tips that for him, and then you are giving him those tips, and then he lashes out, then okay. Because I felt like that was a lash out. That was like a lash. But hey, man, hey, switch there. If he asks you for tips, and then you are giving him the tips, and then he lashed out, and this is,
It
I'm
was
guessing the premise of this relationship was a bit romantic. Was it romantic?
was it? Was it?
Okay, so it was. Okay, so yeah.
Ayo, why are
then-
you looking so sober today? Is it because we've disagreed with everything you've been saying? Because you've been skating on
No, we
thin
didn't
ice.
disagree. We didn't disagree with everything
No.
you're saying.
No.
We agreed
Yeah,
with some.
we didn't. I'm just teasing, Ayo. I'm just teasing.
I'm okay.
I'm just
But
teasing.
anyways, for fair, okay, so using fair play as the thing, it's on. I guess, like Ayo said, I- you should have a fair assessment of your partner. Easier said than done. Easier said than done.
If my whole point is, if you truly think, if you are marrying somebody and you do not know what they are capable of, my whole thing argument has always been, if you are marrying somebody, he marrying her and didn't have a fair assessment of her, he was fixated on one aspect of her, which was the most important aspect to him. Fair enough. A lot of people do it. But when that side now came back to bite him in the ass, he could not admit it. That was all. I said my piece.
Sure, fair enough.
I'm surprised those are your conclusions. I am Biola, sorry, go on.
No.
That has always been
No,
my
you say
argument.
you say what you want to say, Biola. I'll come back to you.
I think for me, again, I feel like you should, just because, for example, in this example, for her getting the job shouldn't question your intelligence. At the very least, it should then mean like, you know what, I need to step up. I think that's how you should take it. And then since you guys are together, the way I will see it, I think the way it should be seen is more money for us, because yeah, like we are coming together anyway. I think the premise that there were some things that were
You
off.
can only
though.
take it that way if you see each other on equal footing.
Yeah, I think you should marry someone that on some level, on okay, I guess at the end what works for you, because there are guys who are the way they are, unless they go through some like major emotional surgery, they cannot be with someone that they consider equal.
And that's fine.
And well, it is what it is. If there are also women who don't want to put in the work, let's just say it as it is. They want somebody who is just going to lead the way, and they don't even want to do anything. And that is switched on.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, but I think that wouldn't be my conclusion. Like after I watched the movie, I think what surprised me was what was more important. And in my opinion, I think this is where people miss it. He had the opportunity to go and get another job elsewhere, and he did not take it. He had the opportunity. It was offered to him. He could have left and stayed with his God.
It was an ego thing.
He could have exactly, like, people place their egos above all else, and also how you define people also, I think, influences your reaction to them. He started to define her
Sorry for
as
interrupting you, but for him, like her getting that job, it wasn't that she's better than me. It's that am I as good as I am? Am I as good as I think I am? Because he felt he was better than her. So it was not just she's gotten the job. It's am I as good as I think I am? I need to show that I'm as good as I think I am. I'm better than her, and that's what was pushing him. What did you say? How did you say?
No, as in, like, what did I say before when you came in and we talked about the movie before we even got on the call with
I
the
can't remember.
I said it was going to be mutual self-destruction. I told you because she also, in my opinion, she should have ended the relationship early before I even quit the movie. Because I quit the movie after the restaurant. When she went to the restaurant alone, she brought back food for him and he said no. Even prior to that, before you even mentioned anything about her clothes, I would have ended the relationship there. You know why I would have ended the relationship there? Because she was there the minute she was offered that job, she knew that the dynamics of the relationship has changed. Be patient. Then she offered him chances to overcome the dynamic, to overcome what she believed.
Yeah.
And she didn't. And he didn't. He didn't rise up to our expectations, right? And now he started bringing her, and then she gave him an opportunity to bring her down. I know that sounds strange. We've gone dark, okay? Yeah.
what happened to your life. I feel like there needs to be a point in your, like, when you're dating somebody, in my opinion, where you first of all see them as a human being as opposed to defining them by either the position they occupy or how much money they bring in or whatever. Like, you need to get to that point where it's just like, this is a person and this person has infinite potential. I cannot tell, regardless of how well you know them now, you can't tell how they will evolve in future, what they will become, what they will
That's
do.
a very
So
nice experience.
be I would rather be more attached to them as a person as opposed to estimating what their potential, like what they're likely to become later, if that makes sense. So you can be, so for example, I like guys who are ambitious and like guys would make things happen.
Who are not
And
carpenters.
like guys, no, that's let that go. Like guys will have a let's go get it attitude. You know what I mean? I like that. And that for me means I understand that if a guy is like this, there are so many things that he might want to get into. So I should just be excited for the possibility of what he would evolve into. And this obviously is assuming that he's a great person, has good values, and is well grounded. That's the fundamental assumption for me. So everything else is just like our lives could be an interesting adventure. And I would like the same. But I find that a lot of the time, I don't get that. Like there are guys, for example, who relate with me only on the basis of my job. Like, oh, okay, this is what you do, and that's the only conversation that they want to have with me all the time. They never talk about anything else. I don't get compliments. I don't get I get compliments. It's usually you're so analytical and you're so intelligent. Nobody ever says you're so beautiful. It's just like you're so great. The question I often ask myself is, if one day I wake up and I can't do this, would you still like me?
What? Okay. What I will say is unfortunate, but like I don't think, for example, these guys, because I want to believe there's some romantic elements to this discussion, right? Even though they are focusing on your job. Unfortunately, many guys, for whatever reason, especially like someone like you who is like successful, they feel like talking about your beauty is crude.
I agree. I was actually going to go there.
And it is so silly, but it's many guys feel that way.
I don't even that. I actually don't. I also think that it's also. I promise you, it's the and I know this might seem shallow, but people don't. Some on the internet, right? And I know that sounds stupid, but if you compliment her too much on her body or on her face, on her physical appearance, it feels like you're demoting her of what she could be and what she is.
And the emphasis on what you said is too much.
Like,
I agree.
and not even,
Like too much. But not rather than okay, reducing it, they don't do it at all.
Now, I will say
And I'm
this
just
for the
like-
guys now. Nobody is dating you solely because of your brain. I want you to understand that. And I know this might, and I know that people still need to express it. But we are not, none of these niggas, and maybe I'm speaking generalization here.
No, it's true now.
No, these
there must be
guys-
some level
yes.
of action. It's not like they're not looking at you like, oh, I want my children
Nobody
to be
saw
smart
your-
too.
yes.
No, they also like
They
they
actually
see
like what they
things
see,
and they're
right?
like, yeah. I
No,
know,
they didn't do
yes,
that. They didn't do
fine.
that.
That's me.
That's you.
It's okay.
What the fuck?
Yes.
Yeah,
fine.
all right. So start from that. Now, they feel like they should compliment you on something that is beyond your physical beauty.
Yes.
And that is why they're good at. So I don't want you to feel like it's because they do not. No. That is the key
No.
point. And I know. And that's
And
not what
like
you
at
need.
the end,
you need both.
you can only work
You need
with
both.
what they
we
say.
agree. You need both. But just understand where they are coming from. Also, a little
But
bit.
they feel you are.
No, they feel you.
Don't worry,
They feel you. Don't you feel it when you guys are feeling you?
They're feeling you.
Did you see what I did?
Maybe I'm feeling what?
They're feeling the
don't
feeling.
feel
Don't worry. Don't
I
worry.
don't
If you
feel
don't get it,
anything.
you
But-
get it.
If you don't get it,
But also
forget it.
Forget about it.
besides,
Oh my God. Because you know that.
I think also besides the lack of effort, like in terms of like, oh, this is a person and I should treat her as a person. Besides that, there's also, I think, in my opinion, this sense of competition. Like I remember there was this guy I was talking to in the UK. He's an engineer. He's like well accomplished, done a lot of projects across Africa. Like he's that guy. And I decided, oh, let's start playing Words with Friends because like we were far away, but like this is one of the fun things we can do together, blah blah blah, whatever.
Yeah.
This guy went and bought a book about how to win words with friends.
That has nothing to do with he's just competitive.
He's just.
If you are buying books, and that's just competition.
I was
Like,
like,
that one, I
so no,
don't
but
think-
he was
I
wait, he
don't
was
think
winning.
I don't think that's negative.
You could be like, let us cook, and this man will hire a chef.
He wants
No,
to
wait,
He wants to
wait. Okay, that's weird to me still. Because I was like, oh, I didn't know he had bought this book. I just noticed he was winning every single game. And when
Yeah.
I said, let's play Words with Friends, I was just like, it's a chill thing.
Yeah,
we can
just
do.
want to have
But
fun.
what I'm trying to bring out is what you've already pointed out. The assumption
But that's what made him
everyone-
successful.
To be fair,
he wants to
To
win.
be fair though, if you bought your book, this man will probably like you more. He'll be like you, but you know, competition is competition.
But
Like, he wants to play.
wait,
It probably
this is
wasn't fun for him anymore.
this is what I'm trying to bring out. There is the assumption that if you're a woman who is well accomplished, you want to compete all the time. People fail to recognize that in a relationship you want to rest because you're out in the world competing.
I'm not
That's
going to
the
say.
difference.
I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say
I disagree with
that
that one.
that principle is wrong.
But it's
But
not-
what I would say is, it doesn't necessarily mean it applies in this particular example. There are some people.
Your
It's not
nigga
about.
just
It's not
wants to
about.
win.
It's not
The
about.
guy just wants to win. The guy is just
He
competitive.
wants to. There are
Get
guys
your own
they
book.
want to win.
Get your own book. Go back.
You get-
Go back right
it's
now.
not-
Feel
it's
like
not-
I found the.
it's not like-
I found the website online.
It's not a competition.
Let's go.
It's a I want to win.
Yes.
It's a him thing.
Yes.
It's
That
like
was so, it was I found it so weird. But that was
The
the way
only
we
time I will
didn't.
compete with you. The only time I will
so. It's not a you thing.
if I'm ever in a relationship with somebody, and the only time I want to win is if she gets FIFA and she start playing online. That's the only time because like you can't challenge like that's it. All right. If you come into my arena,
Like
we are fighting.
I play tennis, for example, and there are guys who
If Bela's girlfriend today go and get a tennis racket and a coach, Bella is getting a coach.
I won't get a coach.
Nigga, shut the fuck up.
I
Bella,
won't get a coach.
you say one thing about Bella on the court and Bella loses his mind. This nigga is getting a coach. I
No,
promise you.
I'm not
If his
getting a
chick
coach.
comes to the court and whoop his ass,
No,
Bella is
wait,
getting
wait,
a coach
wait,
tomorrow.
Wait. First, so I'm going to use the example. Right?
Yes.
Let's say my girlfriend comes
And whoop your ass.
and whoops my ass
Yes.
in
You're
tennis.
getting a coach.
Look, it won't make me see her.
You're getting a coach.
Listen,
Admit
I'm
that
not
first.
no, I'm not getting a coach.
All right.
He says
I'm
he's not
like,
getting a
why am I
coach,
not
or you'll
getting a
leave him
coach now?
alone.
I'm not getting a coach.
Nobody's. It's your girlfriend challenging you.
I don't know people who beat me. Is it so? The issue is this.
Okay.
The issue is not that I'm losing to my girlfriend or losing to people.
Okay.
It is that if there's someone like this is the thing. If my girlfriend is more athletic than me, if there's someone who I believe should beat me,
Yeah.
it's fine. But
She doesn't believe.
listen.
Yes.
If there's someone who I believe I should beat,
Yes.
and they beat me,
Yes.
then I need to step up my
So you
game.
go get a
So it
coach.
is not. I'm not getting a coach. I don't know people who I feel are better than who beat me. I'm not getting a
That means
coach.
you do hear what he said. He
What?
just underestimated his non-athletic girlfriend.
I'm
It's like,
speaking
believe-
hypothetically now.
If I believe
No,
if
no,
somebody I
no,
believe should be able to
Ayo, do you know why I don't find that to be a problem? Because I think that's what everybody does. And in particular, this is
You
what
said
I
we
think,
shouldn't
and
do
I
it.
mind.
But that's
Yeah,
what he did.
but
we
everybody,
shouldn't
I'm
do it.
saying no.
She
I'm
said
saying
we
we
should see
shouldn't.
potential in everybody, that we are endless potential. She said
Shouldn't, should not, and doing are two different things. You should not do it. I try not to do it. I meet people where they are, I assess them where they are, and if I like their ground, like their foundation and how grounded they are, then I will consider them. That's how I am. But a lot of people
Otherwise, people say she's analytic.
a lot of people meet you and they just see a veil of who you are, and based on that decide on how they would interact with you. Like, I mean, I know people are always like, oh yeah, you should date whichever happy guy comes along. What I find for me in particular is that if a guy perceives, this is not based on me, if a guy perceives that, oh, Demi's doing better than me, they put in way less effort, like way less effort, and they consider that
I put in more effort.
yeah, that's what you would expect. But I find that they put. I think I told you guys about the person who visited me
not being-
once.
No. So this is it. Again, this is just me giving analysis, not saying
Yeah.
right or wrong or not. I think if he's putting in less effort, he probably just feels I can't get this girl. Like there's nothing based on how I am. I can't get this girl. So let me not even try. So if it works, if it doesn't, that's what I'm expecting.
Let me put this way.
So
Let me put this way.
I think that might be a possibility.
This is just personally. I think we try to do, and it's one of the ideas that we try to do. The whole terrible dates or bad dates examples that we've been on and anything like that, right? For me, like I said, I didn't have any because I would never go on a date with somebody that I would never leave. It takes a lot for me to leave my house. So for me,
Okay,
we
know you're good at selecting dates.
No. I mean, for me, I'm just saying, like, because it takes me a lot to leave, I already kind of get a perspective of who you are before.
Well, you've told us about the terrible date you've had. And
Which
the one you went to the movie and she was telling you about things she did to another guy in the movie.
Isn't that a bad day? Maybe you don't know what bad days.
I will give an excuse for that one. Yeah, I'll give an excuse.
Please.
I really like her thighs. She had like very athletic thighs.
So that means there's already a flaw in what
No,
you say.
I'm saying that.
So-
I'm saying that every man
so-
has a fallacy. All right, we have a weakness. Okay, Bella, am I perfect?
Why are you raising your
Am I
voice?
perfect?
See, even the red.
Am I perfect?
Why are you
Bella,
raising
are you
your voice?
perfect? Are you perfect? Exactly.
Calm
No,
down.
no,
You're
weakness.
hurting-
That's the one weakness. I will not hear anything else.
you're hurting my ears.
I will not hear
and
anything
feel
else about this.
Thank
You're
you
the one
so
saying
much.
you have had bad.
Are we not done? Are we
Anyway,
not
had
done?
moving on. Moving
You've
on.
had
I
a
think
bad
what
day.
I will
You
say-
probably
Nobody
had more,
asked
but
you.
you're hiding
Nobody
them.
asked you. Nobody asked you.
But
I
guys,
just
let me
then I decide.
let me just tell you one more story, and this one will probably like just blow your socks off. I went on a date with a guy who cried on the date.
Hey, what did you do? What did you do?
I did not make him cry. But what I'm trying to bring to your
wait,
awareness
what
is
made you
how
cry?
You want to know if it's
Surely
your
you
fault.
have to tell us what
Nah,
made
man,
you
I want to know
cry.
if it's your fault. We know it's your fault, for sure. Did you say it was a carpenter?
I'm getting to it. That line is boring. Let it go. You're like an old man who sticks to the same old jokes. Leave it
Yes.
alone.
I like it. I like
Anyway,
it.
let me get to the story. So this guy,
Make
I
man
think he
cry.
knew someone who knew me.
She was
Like,
supposed to make me cry now, saying that I'm an old man who sticks to the same joke.
am I
She's a
wrong?
pro.
I did not make him cry. The person that I'm trying to bring to your attention how the way a man perceives a woman can really mess him up. Like
We
this,
need
and
context
this
before we can judge.
this is the
A
context. So
man
this person, I
from
think,
where?
so yeah, I'm not. We don't speak statistically, okay? Do I go around saying like 5% of men? Anyway, this
We need
guy
context to
was.
this scenario.
I think he was introduced to me by a friend. Like he was
Okay.
introduced to me by an older friend. So like this, it was someone that my friends already knew. So there was a sense of like, oh, okay, this is fine.
They be
And he asked for us to go out on a date, and I was like, yeah, sure. And he came and he picked me up. And when he was picking me up, I told him like he came to pick me up in his car. My car was parked in the driveway, and I was driving, by the way, a Volkswagen. Bella, you know my car, the white one. So nothing fancy, nothing hectic. was driving the Volkswagen. It was parked there. I came out. He picked me up. I can't remember what car he was driving, but it was a smaller one. So he starts off and he starts saying, "Oh, I see that you drive a Golf. Yeah, I also had a Golf back in the day. It got stolen, da da da, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "Oh, sorry about that. Normal gist, whatever." We get onto the date. He took me to a nice place. Food was fantastic. But then he started talking about like, so you're doing your PhD. Yeah, I also wanted to do my PhD, but I just never got to it. And da da da. And then he starts going on. I did not bring up my PhD. This was obviously what my friend had told him. Like, Demi is a girl. She's doing this. She's doing that. Whatever. Like this, that, just. And then I was just like, no, it's okay. I mean, like, to be honest, people assume I want a guy who is doing his PhD, but I'm always like, I would be happy with a guy who runs around in little shorts for a living.
But not a carpenter.
That's let it go. But like, that's not what people expect. Anyway, it then starts to tell me that, oh yeah, how many followers do you have on Instagram? And I was like, I'm not really big on Instagram, but I can check. And then we both opened our Instagram and I showed him. I was like, oh yeah, it was probably like over 1,000 or something. And it was like, wow, even I don't have up to that. Like 3 people unfollowed me yesterday, and I was like, why did they unfollow me? And then he started crying.
To be fair, it's your fault. Oh. I blame you. It's your car. Sorry with your car. Sorry with it's your fault. All right? Leave this man alone.
No, wait. So
wait.
So he
I'm messing around.
like my point is
that guy is going through it.
He's like I think
he's going through it.
This is it. This is what I was saying.
But again, honestly, this is me. It's our fault. Right? I know when you look at it.
Your life,
the poor girl.
Your life, or you, not even your life. You became a mirror. He's looking at the mirror. And he's not liking what he sees.
It's you.
And the man started crying.
Stop making people cry. It's you.
But I guess clearly, I think for me, the way I see it is this. Because the premise of that relationship, or at least what the relationship that was being checked out was romantic. And you didn't waste your time. From the first day, you already know it ain't gonna work.
Like when he started crying, I was just like, no, never mind.
So when the guy cried in front of you, what did you feel?
What did you do?
No, forget about do. What did you feel? How did you feel on this
side? I didn't know. This is the first time I'm seeing this person. So I just sat there and I was like, are you okay?
In that moment, right? You felt significantly less attracted to him sexually, didn't you?
That had nothing. I was already unattracted to him based on all the other stuff he was
telling
me.
But
I was getting through the date. No, Ayo, you're trying to trap me into a wrong conclusion. The conclusion you're trying to reach is that if a guy cries in front of a woman, he's less attractive. That's not true for me.
Actually,
because in front of me, because it depends on what you're crying about. If you're crying about your Instagram followers, that's crazy. If you're crying because something bad has happened, that's a different story. I'm very empathetic. I have what?
As another guy cried in front of you.
Yes, I've dated guys who have cried in front of me.
Hey, did you hear that? Many guys.
She didn't say many guys. She said I've dated
guys who have cried in front of me because they felt safe enough to do so, and they still talk to me, these guys. So it's not a matter of you can't cry. That's their loss as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, because you keep making them cry. Like, how can I say it?
But I was just like, this is so ridiculous. But what I'm trying to point out is the perception men have of women that they think are doing way better than them is really, really, I don't know how to put it. It's like they don't see those women as human beings, because I have my own struggles. He later found out that I have endometriosis and then tried to use that to position himself as the savior to me. Because his sister, I don't know what told him, like, I think my friend told his sister told him, then he had sent me a message, was like, oh, I see you've got endometriosis, like, oh yeah, we can make this work. That then gave him some sort of power because I was fighting. And I was just like, this is not okay. Please, for Christ's sake, just see me as a human being. And he had more money than I did, just by the way. This guy is an inheritor. He's inherited an estate.
Yeah, but that's a different problem that he's dealing with also. Living up to his father's, and you brought it all out. It won't go. You didn't even say shit. He barely said an hour with you, and this man is crying.
Okay. So this is it. A lot of people, like, this is what I would say. Many women, not all women, tend to place their value on how they look. Men tend to place.
Did you see the way our eyes went?
But it's the truth.
He shined, bruh.
It's the truth.
She gave us more light than ESCOM.
Not all
For
women,
my
of
eyes.
course, but many women. And then the same goes to men. Their ego or how dominant, blah, blah, they are. That's their own
Alpha.
sense of power.
Alpha male.
Yeah. So
Not us though.
Yeah, man, I don't care.
We are Omega. Just fucking around. Please continue.
Give it time.
So
Give her time. Take your time. Oh. Stop making people cry. Take your time. And stop being people's therapist. Okay. Stop creating places. Create hostile environment. Right?
So it's sad.
It's like I create safe places for these men to cry. What the fuck?
It is what it is. Because for every guy out there who wants someone who is lower, there's a girl out there who wants a guy who can bring up. So
Be like, what the fuck are you saying?
yeah, I'm just saying.
Anyway, this was great. Yeah, I can tell Biola is already losing his concentration. So let's just wrap it up here. Everybody.
So, anyways, people find who is for you. Don't. If you have insecurity issues, please don't
Everybody
try.
has
Issues. No, see, there may be something you feel you are weak at, but there's when you start
Everybody has
questioning yourself.
insecurities.
No. Not everybody has insecurities.
Everybody has insecurities.
No, there may be
the height
things-
of it is
there may-
different, but
there may
everybody
be-
has insecurities.
There may be things you feel you should work better on, but how
It's
it
still an
affects you.
insecurity. If somebody attacked you on it, you might feel you might not listen. Your insecurities currently is not exposed. Like you are protected in your like you as a human being, right?
Yeah.
You have an handle on your insecurities more than some others. But it's still an insecurity.
Okay.
Somebody
Let me
plays on it.
rephrase. Let me
All right,
rephrase.
calm down.
If you
Don't be
cannot-
acting like a
if you don't have a
that
strong
means
hand,
insecurity is that she can't date carpenters and she make other people cry. But that's okay.
Shut
don't
up. It's
if you don't have a
boring.
strong hold on your insecurities, please don't go after people who
That will expose it.
who will expose you.
Who will make you cry in a nice restaurant over followers? look at their car up before you show.
So hey, because there's someone out there for everyone. So guys, that's I think that's my
Are you
take
sure?
on it. Yeah, no, there's see whatever you're looking for, you find. The problem people have is they say this is what they want, but they start
So essentially, they don't know what they want.
Ah,
Or what
maybe.
they need.
That one,
No, I think people just love an idea of a certain thing, and then when they get that thing, they're just like, oh, the reality of it is completely different. Because I think for everything you want, there's a sense of responsibility that has to come with it. Like if you're saying, for example, I want a high achieving partner, like in my case, let's say I was to say, oh, I want a guy who plays in the NFL, just as an example. I have to be aware of the fact that this person needs to be traveling around for trips. I can't be complaining this guy is not here. Like that responsibility sits with me because this is what I've asked for. But I
But
think
what
people
if
are
you
not
don't want
willing
the
to deal with the reality.
NFL? But you fall in love with a guy that plays for the NFL.
I still have to take responsibility
There's
for it.
still-
Like there's still the responsibility doesn't change. The responsibility doesn't change regardless of who it is. You have to just accept that if you've decided you've fallen in love with this person, you want to do your life with them, accept what they are coming with. Period. That's the way I see it. Accept it and stop putting your ego or whatever above all else. Like that's just the way I see it.
Never.
I think that the conclusion. Okay, should we go as far as saying don't date people you work with?
No. Actually, I disagree. But in this particular scenario, for that, don't date people like
If you're a stockbroker,
that scenario,
don't
to be
date
fair,
stockbroker.
That scenario was messed up.
That wouldn't be my advice. If I was
that
a
scenario
mentor
was
to that
messed up.
guy, if I was a
But
mentor
that
to that
scenario was
guy, yeah, I
Uh-huh.
get you. If I was a mentor to that guy in that situation, my advice to him would have been
Leave.
quit your job and go get another
Leave.
job and keep
Leave.
your job.
Like the ideal thing to have done
Was
is, and that could have saved
Yeah.
the relationship.
Leave.
you could have
Exactly.
You should have
Go
left.
get
Not
another
the fool
job.
that-
left. No, you're right. Not even could have, should have.
And here's the trick, right?
And it may have saved
Him
may have
for
saved
him, for him, not for a better guy. If you're a better human being, you can make it work. There's no reason why you cannot work under your wife. But for him,
No, for him,
He should have.
no,
He should have. The
for
minute
him,
she
no,
got a
for
promotion,
him,
he should have taken his resignation letter to the office. The next day. I mean, like, listen,
Exactly.
I'm a big human being and I cannot handle it.
He should have left.
Yeah, but for
He
a
should have
better
gone to
I
work.
can understand him
Yeah.
not doing that. But
Yeah.
once she gave him the order and it made his stomach go,
bruh,
he should have just.
did you
been
see
like,
the text?
I'm not
You should
doing
have known
it.
from the text. You remember that text? It was like a border. The minute, and she was just doing her job, and my nigga was like, bitch, if you text me again.
So he should have left.
No, he should have left.
That may have served.
And you know the funniest thing, right? That would have solved all of the issues.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
guess what?
Yeah.
Even if she's having an affair, you wouldn't be there to know.
Yeah. So it should have like when you hear things silly like people break.
For me, it was the restaurant that break my
People
my-
divorce because one person is pressing the toothpaste from the bottom and someone is pressing from the middle. I'm just like, guys, what's going on?
It's a
Buy
deeper
two
issue.
toothpaste now.
It's a deeper issue. It's a deeper issue. That one. is a
Okay, you
deeper
guys, let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up.
But
Let's stop
anyways,
talking about toothpaste.
We don't see. Look, this is our bad advice.
issue. She really wants to go swim. Eh?
Yeah.
She's like, I'm tired of these dudes.
None of us is
Eh,
married.
and we like your style.
I hope you enjoy
Guys,
our
can't
analysis.
you just tell them how pretty she looks today? Very nice, turtleneck sweater like stuff. I really like the hair.
Is that a turtleneck?
I don't know what the fuck it is. It's some neck. It's not turtleneck.
Okay.
It's neck.
Thank you.
It's neck. We like the hairstyle. I like the hairstyle. It's very nice. I like what you do with her
She's
hair.
just waiting for you to say
I
something.
know. That's why I just keep going on. Just kept going on. I really like the hair thing. Though. Very nice. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Looks
This
like
is how I
Sister
go to
Dave.
the gym.
Also, yeah.
Sister Demi.
Yeah, sister. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
She looked like she went to
Sister
to
Demi.
church and she didn't even go to. Yeah. She didn't even go.
I hope all
Bye, Sister Demi.
But this is very
Alright.
nice. I like your hair like
Bye.
this. She's like, I'm never wearing this shit again.
No, that's
She
that.
would never.
She's just like, what's going on? That's you. That's what you
But I actually do like her hair.
That's
like
what
this.
you want.
I really
That's
like, I like the thing at the back, the way it's kind of like started.
No, I like Demi's hair. Demi, let's not go into what I like about Demi. Anyway, guys. Bye-bye.
You like your hair, eh? Bye-bye.
Thank you both for being weird towards the end of this.
Of
Bye.
course, anything for you. Anything for you. You know I got you whenever you need this. Whenever you need, just tell me. In fact, you don't need to tell me, I will tell you.
Why are you attracting at this stage?